Ralph Lindeman, fresh back from the NCAA prelims. He took 11 athletes out there. Give me the summation. I know the two senior women did a great job, but everybody competed well.
Yeah, fantastic job of the two women. I'll elaborate on that, but we took 9 underclassmen, eight guys, and 1 female underclassman, and it was a great experience for them. They needed to have a great meet, a great race, a great jump, a great throw to get into NCAA finals, and they had good races and good jumps and throws, just not quite enough. It's so hard to get to the NCAA championship finals, and so we're thrilled that we're taking the 2 females and the 2 seniors, and what a year they both had. I've talked about them every week, I think, and let me just tell you a little bit about their races. So Maria was the first to go, and Maria, by the way, chose to, because her race was on Thursday, the day after graduation. She knew that sitting through the whole graduation exercise would have really spent her both physically and emotionally, and she chose to go to College Station, a day in advance of her race, and we had a fantastic graduation ceremony for her. Captain Paige Blackburn, one of our ORs, did an amazing job, and we had all of our team there, all of our coaching staff. Her family was there. We did it in the meeting room at the hotel. We got help from the Air Force ROTC unit at Texas A&M with our setup, and she had a fantastic and emotional graduation experience in College Station. And then came back the next night and ran 10,000 meters. I really didn't know what to expect. I've talked previously about the lack of training that she's had due to her injuries, and but she did an amazing job, and she put herself in the middle of the pack, never got separated from the leaders, and was able to climb up into slowly, deliberately, ran a great, smart race in the heat of College Station. It was in the upper 80s and 80% humidity, and she withstood it terrific, and got through easily, really to qualify easily. And she was so emotional afterwards. She was so happy, that she had accomplished it on the limited training that she had. But what you have to understand is this young lady, how hard she trained, cross-training, getting on the Alter G, which is a weightless, you can run weightlessly without pounding on your feet. A great piece of equipment that our sports medicine department has. And she was on the bicycle, she was in the swimming pool. She did everything but running for first 3 months of her recovery, and then slowly started running in April, a little bit at a time. Not the kind of running that she would have liked to have done for 10,000 meters. You need to be logging, an average of at least 10 miles a day, and most of the real good ones are logging even a lot more. So I'm just so proud of what she achieved, and now she's in the NCAA championship final race in Eugene, Oregon. And we've done some great things there in the past. I've mentioned Hannah Everson and J.C. Smith. J.C. Smith, by the way, ran a fabulous 10,000 the other night in Portland. And J.C. Smith actually commissioned Maria virtually, and it was a surprise. And J.C. was in Portland preparing for a race, and that was very emotional too, by the way. So that was pretty neat. But so she's the latest in a long line of great 10,000 meter runners and great distance runners that we've had, and we're hoping she can get into the top 8 and be a first team All-American, and who knows, she could surprise. So, and then Mihaela, what an amazing 3 months that she's had, March, April, May, now heading into June for the NCAA championship finals. But she, over the first hurdle, takes a hard fall, goes to the ground, pretty hard. I didn't, when she went down, I thought, I don't know if she can get up. She scrambled to her feet, raced 30 meters, raced to get back to the front of the pack, and ended up running a good time in the 950s, and qualified easily. Katie Rainsberger, been a rival, she's a new steeplechaser, she's a Colorado Springs girl, running for the University of Washington now, and so they have, maybe they'll have a rivalry this week. But Katie was able to fend her off, partly because Mihaela had worked so hard to get to the lead, and I'm hoping that Mihaela can get up there with Katie and Charlotte Prowse from New Mexico and some of the other co-favorites. A girl from BYU is probably the favorite, and run a great race next week in Eugene, Oregon. So Maria will run on Thursday night in Eugene, her 10,000 meter final. Mihaela will run a semifinal in the steeplechase, then come back again on Saturday afternoon and run the final in the steeplechase, hopefully, and we trust. And I'm so excited to watch these two young ladies. They make a coach emotional. Whether it's Coach Cole or Coach Layton or myself or anybody on our staff, they inspire everybody around them. We had everybody, we only had 11 competitors there, but everybody was there watching Maria late at night on Thursday and watching Mihaela on Saturday in College Station. And, they both inspire their teammates. And I hope what they're doing now, going to NCAA Championship Finals, inspires our underclassmen when they come back next year. Hey, I want to get on the biggest stage in our sport collegiately, the NCAA Championship Finals in the new Hayward Field. Can't wait to see it. It's an amazing facility. We'll host the World Championships next year, Olympic trials in 2 weeks, and it's the biggest stage. So we're even hoping maybe they can get on the podium at the biggest stage.
Yeah, that would be awesome. What can you say, though? Let's just, one more time, as if we haven't talked enough about Maria and Mihaela, but what does this do for your track team? You spoke a little bit about it, but all these underclassmen, everybody's going to be watching. What does this do for your track team just to see themselves represented at that level?
Yeah, they're proud of them, especially knowing what they've gone through. And what they've gone through, Maria battling back from injury, Mihaela, remember, this was just the third steeplechase of her life. And so the fourth one will be the semifinals, and the fifth one will be the finals. And then she's already qualified for Olympic trials 2 weeks later. And so I think, everybody will be cheering for him. Everybody will be watching online, live streaming, and the races actually be televised live on ESPN and ESPN2 and ESPN depending on which night it is and which race it is. But, the team will all be watching. Our staff will be watching that's not out there. And hopefully our recruits will be watching, and they're going to show up in 3 weeks from this Thursday to in process. And I hope they're inspired by watching these terrific two young ladies. And so it's inspirational, and there's a feeling of pride by our staff and our team, and hopefully by our recruits in what these two young ladies are accomplishing week in and week out. It's just become, I know I'm talking about them every week, but that's the fun of this, is watching them progress through their year.
Ralph, thanks for the time. Been a marvelous seasons as we went through them all, and we'll see you again soon, I'm sure.
Great. Thanks, Brian.